Okay, cool. So my name's Andy Humphries and I'm here to talk to you about my Death or Glory 1850 Tau allied with more gay Tau, Farsight, for those who are unsure. I'm running, in my primary force, I'm running the typical buff commander. So he's got the Iridium armour, he's got the command and control node, he's running all the usual good stuff, so he's ignoring cover, he's twin linking things, that's the multi-spectrum sensor suite. He's tanking the wounds up the front of any unit he joins, and he's throwing in that lovely drone controller for his magic ballistic skill 5. Down into my elites, I'm only running the one Riptide in the main force, and he's equipped with the Iron Accelerator, Fusion Blaster, and Interceptor, and that's it, nice and simple. Moving into the troops, I've only got 3 squads of 10 Kroot, each with a Kroot Hound. That's light, I know that's light, but fuck it, it's Tau, we just want guns. Moving into fast, just 6 Pathfinders, just to add some extra marker lights. Then into the heavies, where the good stuff lies. We've got the typical unit of broadsides full of high yield missile pods, smart missile systems, and 6 marker drones. Each of the broadsides is rocking the target lock so that we can maximise killage and we're not going to overkill and destroy some pissy little 3 Kroot or something. Then we've got 2 Skyrays, just equipped with the beautiful 1 point I can see you whatever the fuck I like, the Blacksun filter. Moving into the Farsight side, I've got the Ethereal, you know, it's real fluffy. One of those 3 Ethereal that Farsight took with him according to the fluff. Well, one of them survived and he's in my army. I think he's in every Farsight allied army.
That's why you took it, isn't it?
Absolutely,
fluff,
mate.
Right?
Absolutely,
yeah,
it's fluffy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly,
yeah. Definitely not for any of those extra buffs that he throws around. No, BJ, no.
Well, of course not.
So then we move on, and we've got my compulsory 3-man crisis suit unit and their troops. And we've thrown in 2 missile pods on each of those and a target lock, and they each are rocking 2 marker drones. Often, that's where the buff commander starts, so he can throw around all that good stuff like tank hunters from the Puretide chip, ignore cover, re-rolls, makes those marker lights hit on 2s. It's very, very useful. And then moving further down into my elite, I've got the Super Riptide. Super Riptide is the Earth Caste, so he's got the Earth Caste pilot array. Now that allows him to re-roll his Nova, and it also allows him to re-roll wands when shooting, and that's really important because this guy's equipped with a heavy burst cannon. Okay, and I want that bad boy shooting 12 rending shots, but unfortunately they get hot, so that's where that re-roll wands comes in. That's useful for him. He's also running the Talisman of Arthas Moloch. Pretty sure my pronunciation's shit hot there, so that'll do. If you hear it any differently, they're doing it wrong. That allows all Tau units, all friendly Tau units within 12 inches, a 4d6 to neither which. And that's incredibly potent against some of the anti-Tau stuff that's coming out. The Jaws, Rune Priests in pods, it's really useful at stopping some of the Eldar trickery when they're trying to make you re-roll your saves, or when you're being targeted generally by, well, quite a lot of the divination powers are a pain in the arse, but also things like Puppet Master, Hallucination. Right pain in the arse. You don't want to have them, so that's why that talisman's in there, to protect the whole Tau army. So those Tau with absolutely no presence in the warp, yeah, they're pretty much the best anti-psycho in the game, I would say. When operated within a 12-inch bubble, central off that guy. And then moving down into heavy, the 4th heavy slot allows you to take something a little bit different. And here I've gone for the 9 sniper drones with 2 of the drone controller dudes. They throw another couple of mark lights into the mix, but the real benefit from these guys is when we've got some jump to jump action going on. We've got the buff commander joining those guys, so he can give them monster hunter. So they're really potent at taking down monstrous creatures like Wraith Knights. Wraith Knights are an excellent Tau counter, and these guys, the sniper drones, can really help with that. They're also useful against other tough Tau units and Tyranid monstrous creatures, etc. Not that you need those with the 2 Skyray. So that's what is in the army. Generally we use it in a relatively flexible manner. Try and throw the buff commander around where he's actually needed. Now that can change turn to turn, but generally speaking he starts with the crisis missile dudes. When they get absolutely spanked, because they do, He then jumps across to the broadsides. If necessary, he jumps across to the snipers. He jumps across to the riptides. If he really needs to give that tank hunting, for example, you're playing Helldrakes, you've got your fusion blasters positioned nice and centrally, so you've got a good spread on the board. Well, he's really good there. Tank hunters, ripple fire, ignore cover, fuck off Helldrake. So they're not too bad. It's not perfect, of course it isn't. It's fucking toy soldiers, man. There's a lot of dice involved. But that's the army. I'm pretty flexible with it. I'm a big fan of Zephyr's Grace, so I can be quite a mobile Tau. I had a very good game the other week, and I managed to move my broadsides a full foot. So they moved and then ran 6, and then with a few marker lights, they're still shooting, ignoring cover.
A lot of marker lights, haven't you? So you can.
I've got a lot of marker lights. I like the marker lights because it allows me to do that shit rather than playing that very static Tau gun line. I think a lot of people run a static Tau gun line, and as a result, they get fucked because most people consider how to counter that. And if you can keep mobile, you can avoid a lot of the bad stuff, I think.
Well, thanks,
it was a great game. Thank you very much, BJ.
Cheers,
there was an epic moment with this Riptide that would have made the game a draw instead of a win to me. My Ethereal hanging out, hiding, ducking and diving. He's trying to stay away from BJ. He's keeping away from BJ's guy. This guy's gone back into Deep Strike ongoing reserve. He drops in epically, inches away from my Ethereal. He's got the fusion, he's got the ripple fire, he's got the burst cannon.
See, my Riptide is actually modelled with the actual guns.
Oh yeah, of course. He's an SMS guy. He's not actually a fusion. So he'd have dropped down, he'd have heavy burst cannon the crap out of me. He'd have ripple fired me, maybe with the SMS, and he'd absolutely raped me. No, that one is fusion.
Yeah. So I would have instantly killed it. If you failed one, look out.
He'd have smashed it. Yep, he'd have absolutely smashed it.
Unfortunately, because he was from your far side,
that position maybe had a 3-4 inch safe zone on the scatter. Maximum. I mean, you were on the board edge, you had to roll a hit to get it in safe, and you scattered, mishapped, and the poor bastard, he died. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Andy.
Alright, thank you very much. Thanks again.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers.